What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time, welcome to the channel. I'm the Beast, and we are here celebrating the Heat's Game 2 victory over the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals. First, though, please do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and, of course, hit the little bell. That'll notify you when new videos are out. But the Heat beat Denver 111-108 in Game 2 of the NBA Finals, and the Heat did some things drastically better here in Game 2 than they did in Game 1. But the big difference to start off with, not the biggest difference, but a pretty big difference. And I noticed it about an hour before the game. What was the difference? The starting lineup was announced, and Kevin Love was in the starting lineup. And yeah, he only got you 6 points with two 3-pointers, but he did get 10 boards, had a couple assists, had some steals, and he played feisty basketball, and that's what the Heat needed. A bit of a change from the lineup they had going into Game 1. And the other things that they did differently were important, including shooting better. 48% from the floor, 48% from downtown, and they went to the free throw line. The Miami Heat were 18 of 20 from the charity stripe. That's a huge difference from that Game 1 where they only had 2 free throws made. And I think only 2 attempted. So, yeah, big difference there. That's why they were able to win Game 2. But, you know, just to see them, the perseverance, the energy they gave going into that final quarter, down almost double digits, and making a run to come back and win this one. And I know Denver had a chance to win it at the end with a 3, but the Miami Heat just looked like a different team out there this game. I really feel like their legs were not underneath them in Game 1. Blame it on the altitude, blame it on the trip, blame it on going in 7 games against Boston, whatever you want. But the Miami Heat looked like a much better team in this game against Denver. And it's the first time that Denver was beaten at home in these playoffs. So that is a monumental feat. I think it's the first time Miami's won at Denver in like 7 years, to be honest with you. They have a horrible record at Denver for whatever reason. So a huge win, almost a must-win for the Miami Heat. I don't think they could have come back to Miami down 0-2, needing to win both games at home. Really all the pressure on them. But now the pressure's on Denver as Miami basically steals home court. And if they can get a couple wins in a row at home, which I know is asking a lot, then they look good in the series. But I think, to me, listen, Jokic is going to get his, right? And he had a great night offensively tonight. He played 42 minutes. He barely rested. He had 41 points. But the biggest difference is he only had 4 assists. He did not get that triple-double, which he basically rolls out of bed and gets a triple-double. I mean, he got his 11 boards, but he wasn't distributing as much as he did the other night. So Miami did play him well defensively from that standpoint. And they basically said, we'll let Jokic get his points, but we're not going to let Gordon kill us. He only had 12. We're not going to get Murray kill us. He only had 18. And we're not going to let Porter kill us. Porter only had 5 points. He was only 2 of 8 from the floor. And that meant that Miami was doing something really, really good defensively. And Miami also got some really good minutes off their bench from Duncan Robinson and Kyle Lowry. Duncan has really turned himself into a much more versatile player, being able to cut to the basket, getting fouled. He's much more than just that sharpshooter that we've come to know him as. And Kyle Lowry brings you that veteran presence. He's won a title before. He knows what it takes, and he does it right. I mean, sometimes he'll take a shot you don't want him to take, of course. He'll be like 7,000 feet away and take a shot. But otherwise, he plays the game of ball the way you need it to be played in the NBA Finals. So the Miami Heat with a victory. The only downside, I think, was Caleb Martin. He was sick. He only had 3 points. You'd like to see him get more involved. Obviously, he had a great series against Boston, so you know he's capable of it. And, you know, Gabe Vincent. I mean, this dude continues to freaking play. And, you know, Miami's going to have to work with him in the offseason. He's an unrestricted free agent, although Miami is his bird rights. But he had 23 points to lead the Heat on the night. The other really bad thing was the 8 minutes that Cody Zeller was on the floor. Those 8 minutes were some of the worst minutes of basketball I've ever seen played on a professional level. I get it. Spo's trying to get a big body in there, but it's just, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze, as they say. So the Miami Heat win game 2, 111-108. They will come back and come back home with the series tied. And I know that crowd at the Kaseya Center will be pumped up and hyped for game number 3. Heck, they were pumped up and hyped tonight at the watch party. We were watching the postgame, and my boy Jeremy Taché could barely hear himself think as he was reporting live from the bowl in the Kaseya Center. So we'll see what happens, but good to see Miami get the 111-108 win. Keep it locked right here as we'll keep you up to date and continuing to bring you these videos after Miami Heat finals games. We'll also try to effort some stuff on the Panthers as well. That was a tough loss in Vegas the other night. And don't get me started on Canes baseball. How do you win 40 games, secure a home regional, and then not make it to the Supers? Very disappointing. But it's a good night because the Heat won, and we will keep it on the upbeat. All right, that'll do it for me. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.